Oh, every party involved. I know the lawyers, I know the rabbis, I know the guys sitting on the basement, and I know the litigants. I know everybody, and I just don't really want to comment on any of it.
Whoa, Cuddly Bunny's in the room.
Cuddly Bunny?
Cuddly Bunny, though, used to be known as Brock. Now, AMC is really getting annoying.
Okay, so AMC is a problem, right? But your friends are never a problem. Let me see if I got that straight.
The comment, I didn't say my friends are never a problem. The commentary says that God intentionally blinded Paro so that the plagues would be witnessed by the Jews. If Paro had instantly agreed to free the Jews, it would have defeated the whole purpose.
Well, there came a certain point in time when God hardened Paro's heart so he couldn't say no.
Was that from the beginning?
No, the first ones he had free choice on.
Did God make the Paro want to wipe out the Israelites and kill the...
No, he already wanted that. See, basically it works like this. You start off, like you show yourself, you make a chazaka, you show who you are, right? I want to kill the Jews, and I've been shown plagues a number of times, and at that point, you lose your chance to do tshuva. And God just says, okay, that's who you are, so I'm just going to, like, walk you down the rest of the way. And I think that's what happened with Hitler. I think at the beginning, Hitler had free choice, and then he just did not have free choice anymore. And God just took him and made him do all kinds of crazy things.
I got a lot of disagreements with National Socialism, but at least it's an ethos.
I have no idea what you just said. Okay. Sorry I can't be more helpful in the Based-In thing, but I'm not the guy to go to. You need a brain surgeon for that one. And everybody in town who has that is involved in this case in one way or another. You have to go out. You know who I will find. I have your questions written down right on your website.
Mm-hmm.
I'll ask my rabbi. He knows this stuff.
Yeah.
I'll ask my rabbi. He's not in this community at all. He doesn't know the players.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask him your questions. He knows this stuff.
So Cuddly Bunny says Paro blinded himself with hatred in the first place. God just let him go in the direction he was already going in.
That's exactly what I just said. It's just I don't know how to articulate it that quickly.
Okay, I know you disagree with the Holocaust, but how would you
disagree with it?
Yeah. But how would
I think it was a good idea.
But how would you evaluate?
Who agrees with it?
How would you evaluate Hitler as a painter?
As a painter?
Yeah.
I never saw his work.
Really? You haven't seen any? They don't do many Hitler exhibitions, do they?
You don't hear about them.
Like, why this like wall of silence? Like this.
I don't know. That's unusual.
Pictures out of... Okay, so how should Jews refer to black people? Should we call them African American, black, colored, or Schwarzer?
Where did that come from? Why did you put that
in there?
Well,
because... Okay, so I sometimes go to learn with traditional Orthodox rabbis, and many of them are making a point these days to call black people African American.
Right.
Even though 97% of the congregation calls them Schwarzers. So I was kind of struck by that. Like the rabbis, like even in traditional Orthodox shuls, are sometimes like making a point. We shouldn't call them Schwarzers. We should call them African American.
I think there's a time and a place for everything.
Yeah. I
think that like when you're like writing something formally and your audience is very formal, you call them African Americans, right?
Mm-hmm.
If it's just me and you, talking, we don't have to go. The African, because it just takes so long to say all those syllables.
Yeah.
You just say, the Schwarzers down.
You don't say, like, if you're going out with a black guy, you don't say my African American goddess, you say my black goddess.
Yeah, right.
Or I worship you, my Schwarzer queen.
Right.
Caribbean queen. Now we're
thing.
sharing that same dream. So our hearts will beat as one. No more love on the sun.
Here's another one. If you're with a bunch of black people, go with whatever they say. Because you're going to look like a dork if you keep saying African American when they're saying...
Using the N-word.
They're going, hey, what's up, nigga? And you're going like, is that how you African Americans talk? Then you feel like some sort of, science, sociologist who's there on a study, just go with it,
If the laws of Kedusha and Tuma don't apply to Goyim, then Shiksas never become Nido. Is that right?
That's correct. Shiksas don't. if I remember correctly.
Thanks, AMC. Good question.
No, I learned Nita when I was engaged, but it's so long ago. Like I think, but don't quote me on that. I think that they're not considered Nita.
At the end of last week's Parsha, Shmot, Moshe rebukes God. Abraham asks God questions.
Wait a minute. Are we done with all the mumbo jumbo prior to that?
I think so.
You didn't want to talk about the Merry Christmas business?
Oh yeah. Is it permitted for a Jew to wish a Goy a Merry Christmas?
First of all, we have to sing our song.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Is it permissible?
Yeah.
Ikar Din, like the bottom line, is it permissible?
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that say it is, so I don't see what the problem would be.
I know Rabbi Daniel Lappin does. Anyone else that you can think of?
I do. It's not an issue. It's not an issue.
I've always said Merry Christmas to the Goyim, but there are 3 rabbis that I turn to for halakhic advice.
And I want to know who these are. This is who I want to know. And I asked you who they were, and you were evasive. Your mum's the word. You won't tell me. Who are they?
Well, who gave you Smika? Who gave you a Chesed
here we
today?
go.
Like, if I wanted to name them, I'll name them. I'm someone who names people all the time. But if I just if I choose not to name them, it means I have my reasons for why I'm choosing not to.
Okay, but it's okay. Fine, I understand that. But it's very hard for me to argue against or whatever with an anonymous source.
I'm just asking what you think. It doesn't matter if I talk to no rabbis. But I've always said Merry Christmas. Then I asked my first rabbi, is it okay to say Merry Christmas to the Goyim? He says it's better to say Happy Holidays. And he didn't elaborate, and I didn't push him. Then I asked, that's a congregational rabbi.
Okay.
Then I asked a rabbi who's like a Torah lecturer. He goes around lecturing on Torah.
Okay.
Again, a graduate of YU. And he says he doesn't like Merry Christmas because of the word Christ is in it. And so he said, again, better to say Happy Holidays. Then I asked the Dayan.
The Dayan.
And the Dayan said, don't quote me, said if they're like secular and they're observing Christmas, he didn't see a problem in saying Merry Christmas. But if the day has religious significance to them, said it'd be better not to say Merry Christmas.
Okay, can I rebuttal all this?
Yeah.
On the first one, I didn't understand what their reasoning was.
He didn't give any. He just said better to say Happy Holidays.
I think that the first one made a mistake, and he should have said the truth, that there are different opinions on this. And he could say, I am personally what's called machmer, I'm strict, and I don't say it.
Right.
But if you want to, you can say it. Right? Second person said this Narish kite about what? That said that...
Because the word Christ. He doesn't like the word
First
Christ.
of all, the word Christ, doesn't that mean anointed?
It means the Messiah.
It means the Messiah?
Yeah.
So we believe in a Messiah, so that...
But we don't believe that Jesus is the Messiah.
Okay, so then don't call them Christians.
Oh, because there's Christ and Christians, of course.
Right, and don't say that these are, don't ever use the word Christianity. I mean, let's be realistic here, right? If you're really allergic to the word Christ, don't say Christians, say followers of this Shituf religion. But if you're going to be hypocritical and say you can't say Christmas, but you can say Christians, I just lost it for you. I mean, you're not making any sense. And then the guy says that, say Happy Holidays. Well, let's take the word Happy Holiday. What's holiday? Holy day. So if you're trying to say, well, I don't think that you should get near giving it, legitimizing their day by calling it a holy day, then why is he telling you to call it a holy day? Okay? So that makes no sense. So that the first one you spoke to made a monumental error because he doesn't realize that there's two opinions. The second one didn't make any sense at all. It's just totally hypocritical and stupid. And what was the third one said?
The third one was, well, if you're saying it to people who are secular, I don't see a problem, but don't quote me. But if you're talking to people who see religious significance to Christmas...
Okay, I don't know where he gets this from, right? But he's supposed to be a Dayan, so maybe he's read it somewhere. I've never read that. My own rabbi has never read that. I don't know where he gets that from. I don't know. Maybe he's read that there's a difference on who you're telling it to. I've never seen that, okay?